I could make $1 million a year by selling a copywriting course to people who want to learn copywriting. But I don't. In fact, I don't think anyone online should be making money by targeting newbies with false promises. But they do, and I'm going to show you how they do it. Copywriting gurus make nearly all their money by selling courses and not from writing copy, which is why they really don't want you to watch this video. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can find the same quality of knowledge that are in their paid courses for free online. At Copy That, for example, our mission is to put out free content that takes beginners from 0 to 1. And then we create paid content that takes working copywriters from 1 all the way up to 10. But as I'll explain, we'd make a lot more money if we just targeted beginners with paid courses instead. And unfortunately, that's what most gurus do. So, if you're ready to learn about the dark underworld of copywriting gurus, let's begin. By the end of this video, I want to reveal 3 things. Number 1, why gurus can make way more money selling courses to newbies than they ever can with copywriting. Number 2, how you can tell if someone online probably makes most of their money from selling courses and not from writing copy. And number 3, I want to reveal the reality of what it's actually like to write copy for a living and how easy or hard it is to achieve. By the way, if you're interested in 6-figure years or 10K months, you're definitely going to want to stick around for that part. But before any of that, the first thing I want to tell you is I think you're doing a great job. Look, you're probably not where you want to be in life right now, which maybe is why you're searching for copywriting resources online. Maybe you don't have enough money to look after your loved ones properly. Maybe you're practically broke and you're worried about paying bills next month. Or maybe you just think there must be more to life than the path you're currently on. Believe me, I get it, I've been there. But hey, you're going out of your way to try and find a solution, and I respect the hell out of you for that. Unfortunately, those feelings are also very easy to take advantage of, and online gurus know it. You've probably seen people on social media who claim that your dream life is actually really simple to achieve, that they themselves have done it, that they have a ton of students who can prove that they're now making 10K plus per month, and that copywriting is the key. These gurus have probably told you that businesses will pay a lot of money to copywriters who can increase their sales. And they told you that learning the right kind of copy is actually quite easy. So now you know that there's a new line of work that you can start immediately, that can pay 5 figures a month or more, that has been proven to work, and that you're sure you can succeed in. And as luck would have it, the guru who's told you all this just so happens to have some free training that can tell you exactly how you can achieve those things. Well, it looks like there's no excuse. Time to dive in, right? And that's how they trap you. I'm sure you've seen it. Before long, they'll throw a more advanced version of the training at you for $49, $190 more, and they'll dress it up as the only thing you need to succeed or an inside access to a secret community. But why the cost all of a sudden? Well, they'll tell you that they only want people to join who are willing to invest in themselves. They tell you that the money is simply proof of your commitment, and they tell you that it'll pay for itself in no time since you'll be pulling in 10K months anyway. All of a sudden, that cost seems justifiable, so you type in your card details and you have just paid an online stranger for their copywriting course. But what if another 20, 100, 500 students do the exact same thing as you? Well, let's say that the guru is just charging $29 a month for access to their inner circle. If just 500 people took them up on that offer, that guru would end up raking in $174,000 per year from that alone. And when their free content is attracting 5,000 new people every week, it's not hard to see why the numbers can quickly add up. If only 1% of those 5,000 people decided to sign up each week, that would be another $900,000 in annual revenue for that guru from one offer. Yes, they make $29 not seem like a lot for a single person to invest, but when hundreds or thousands of people are doing it, it quickly adds up on the other end. That is why so many gurus sell courses, because there are so many people looking for ways to make money online. And selling courses is simply the easiest way to take advantage of that. And I've seen this time and time again, and you may be shocked by what I'm about to tell you. I started copywriting 7 years ago, and it was the exact same back then. People are always gonna sell courses or access to insider communities that promise financial freedom, and that's never gonna change. The only thing that changes are the names of the people who are doing it. I've seen a lot of gurus come, cash out, and go over the last 7 years. And you know what? It's hard to blame them. New course sellers pop up all the time, and it's obvious to see why. Why would they bother putting effort and time into finding copywriting clients and doing something that's actually kind of hard instead of just selling the dream to people and making money from newbies who don't know any better? You don't need the method to work when your method works on others. But Alex, you're being overly skeptical. The person that I watch proves that they do it. I've seen them right on camera. They've shared loads of proof. They've explained their whole process. You can't argue against proof, dude. Well, in a moment, I'll show you why that proof may not be as concrete as you thought. In fact, I'll show you how to outright fake it. But first, we need to ask why these gurus even bother selling courses in the first place if their copywriting genuinely does make them so much money. Why wouldn't they just do copywriting instead? Well, because it's much easier to sell secrets to newbies than it is to actually find good paying clients yourself. It's not that there are no businesses that pay well. There are. It's just that it's quite difficult to find them, and more often than not, those businesses expect more than just writing a few words if you ever want to hit 6 figures or more a year. But people don't want to hear that. They want to watch these videos of a guru pumping out a 200-word email in 20 minutes and saying, hey, I'm going to get paid $5,000 for that. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No, not at all. And if you're going into copywriting thinking that what you're seeing from gurus is a reality, you really have to think again. But starting off a video with, hey guys, 99% of you will never achieve this, but please buy my course anyway, isn't the best selling tactic. The point is, it's actually not so easy for someone to earn 6 figures a year just from writing copy. Or if it is, most of those people have to work a lot of hours to achieve it. And when you compare that grind and the lower wages to our course selling calculations of $1 million a year, it's easy to see why so many gurus opt to sell courses instead of write copy. It just makes sense. They can earn a lot more from selling you their course than they ever could from their own copywriting services. But if they ever explained that to you, then the dream would crumble and all of a sudden they'd have no platform to stand on. So they need you to believe that copywriting is the key to riches. So what about all this proof that gurus provide for how well their system works? The truth is that a lot of it probably is not what it seems. You see, there are two types of proof that gurus use. Number one is implicit proof, and number two is explicit proof. Implicit proof is proof that suggests what they're telling you is true. For example, if they're sitting in a Dubai penthouse suite and telling you that copywriting made them rich, you're assuming that, well, one, they probably are rich since they're in Dubai, and number two, it must be copywriting that made them rich because they just said so. That's implicit proof. Explicit proof is when they show direct evidence of their solution. Usually this is through screenshots of bank accounts or testimonials from students, anything where they're showing you in order to back up a claim they've just made. The problem is, both of these types of proof can be very easily exaggerated or outright faked. Here's a photo of Sean with a Lambo and a bunch of models. He could have just said that these were all his, but in reality, he just rented them for the day. We all know he's not that much of a Chad. Here's a video of me using Canva really quickly just to edit the screenshot of a bank account. It's very easy to do. And here are screenshots of some messages that I just asked friends to send me, whom I could also ask to record videos saying how great I am. None of these are real testimonials. So first off, it's hard to trust anything online anyway because it can all be easily falsified. But also, even for social proof that is real, it's not too difficult to get your hands on if you've got such a big free community. And crucially, the amounts that the students in these communities say they're earning is actually quite a long way away from 6 figures a year, which is what the gurus are claiming people earn. Here's a list of real testimonials from the Copy That Discord. I could quite easily change the frame by suggesting that all of these testimonials came from people who just found out what copywriting was last week, or they came from a specific program that we run, or they're talking about amounts that are bigger than they actually are. The fact is, if I change the words that I'm saying around showing you these testimonials, they all of a sudden come across very differently. And seriously, what are the chances of you as a viewer ever actually double checking any of this evidence? Are you seriously going to trawl through each thing I'm showing you just to check that it is real proof and these people are genuine, they're not just my friends, they haven't been paid, they're not part of an affiliate scheme? It's going to take too long to check all of that, so it's easier just to believe it. And lucky for the guru, that's what you want to believe anyway. You want to believe what they're telling you is true because you want the easy path. We all do. So when this proof is being presented, it's far easier just to believe that copywriting really can achieve all of this. When you already want something to be true, it's much easier to accept the smallest amount of proof as fact. And look, even if a guru does own a penthouse suite in Dubai, how do you know that they got that suite from copywriting and not from just selling copywriting courses? You don't. And that explains why so many copywriting gurus have popped up over the last decade. Because it's super easy to claim you make a load of money through copywriting and then just sell a course to really make the money. Believe me, if copywriting alone earned as much as they claim it does, they would not be selling courses. They would be doubling down on their copywriting services, trying to get more clients or building an agency out of it. But I could perhaps forgive everything I've just spoken about if it wasn't for one crucial thing. A lot of copywriting gurus purposely target teenagers and people who are desperate for money. That shit is slimy and exploitative. But unfortunately, these gurus don't care. They don't mind relying on the most vulnerable groups to fuel their own success. Under 18s who get their money from crappy part-time jobs and Christmases and birthdays, people from less economically developed countries who save up what little they have, and people who are simply at a loose end and are desperate for cash and a better life. If your business relies on selling these kinds of people a distorted dream about financial freedom, you suck. And if you are in one of those groups I've just described, let me assure you, you do not need to spend any money on a course to get success and to start earning money. So, how can you tell who is being slimy and exploitative? Well, it's usually pretty obvious. One, their content targets people who are desperate for money by continuously repeating rags to riches stories and always explaining that copywriting, and especially their method, is the only key to success. Two, most of their content relates back to making money in some way. 10K months, 6-figure years. The fact is, if most of their videos are about how to make money, it's probably because they're trying to justify the investment that you need to make in their course. 3, they overuse certainty, claiming that success is guaranteed. Because after all, their ability to make money completely relies on you 100% believing that you can. They don't want you to question their methods or have any doubt about your success. They need you to believe that what they're saying is gospel. And 4, they have something to sell. Now, of course, not everyone who's selling a course is a get-rich-quick douchebag. We love people who openly admit that they don't have all the answers and that there is no guaranteed path to success. And information is a valuable commodity after all. If you have the ability to teach people or show them a shortcut, why not charge for it? But in our opinion at least, the difference comes in who you're targeting and how upfront you're being about the truth. If you make a living by selling a course on copywriting, you should be upfront about it. You should also be upfront for what success actually looks like for the vast majority of copywriters. And as promised, I want to reveal that reality to you right now. Can you earn 6 figures a year from copywriting? Probably not. I've seen thousands of wannabe copywriters over the last 7 years. And for the ones who did stick with it, one of 3 things tends to happen. They do copywriting for 20 to 40 hours a week, usually earning between 2K and 8K a month. Most of them can live relatively comfortably on that, and usually it's taken them a couple of years to get there. Or they do freelance copywriting for 50 plus hours a week, earn closer to that 10K a month mark, but are often stressed at juggling a bunch of clients and having to do a lot of work. Or they move beyond just copywriting and embrace marketing strategy and consultancy, end up earning beyond 6 figures and being able to set their own hours. But there's more to that than just copywriting. Of course, you also get a few wildcards who go on to start their own business or work with the top copywriting companies in the world, but that is not the majority of people. We're talking about very small numbers here. Only about 1% of people who watch videos on how to make money as a copywriter actually end up making money as a copywriter. The majority of freelance copywriters will never earn 6 figures a year, and no system and no course is ever going to change that. It's just how the market works. At this point, if you were really hoping that a specific guru's course was going to be the answer to everything you wanted, then you're probably tempted to say, screw this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. My guru who showed me loads of proof and explained the system logically, I'm gonna go buy his course. I die a little bit inside whenever I do that impression. I'd simply suggest that you ask yourself, is the best person to listen to about the reality of copywriting a guru whose income depends on you buying their course about copywriting? If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But ultimately, you're free to do what you want and to spend your money however you wish. I just want to leave you with one simple message. If you are struggling for money and you want to pursue copywriting for whatever reason, you do not need to spend money on a course to land clients or find paying gigs. There is enough free material on this channel and from other creators to land your first client. Do not let anyone tell you that you need to buy their stuff to succeed. And do not let anyone entice you with false promises before you can comfortably afford an investment. If you're young, if you're desperate for cash, if you're in any of the guru target markets, please do not allow yourself to become just another $100 in a rich guru's PayPal account. Yes, copywriting is one of the best careers on the planet, and it opens up so many doors, including the door for financial freedom. But it is not that simple, and no single course will take you there. If you do want a realistic view on what copywriting is like without having to pay any money, click here to go through our Copywriting 101 playlist, where we break down all of the basics that you should know before you get into copywriting, and definitely before you start spending money on any courses. Or click the links in the description to see our other free resources for getting started. We promise we will never push a course on anyone who can't afford it. If you're looking for something different and you don't want to be blindsided by having to pay for the next level of training, why not give it a go? Hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see your success.